This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Weight championship of the world. Gennadiy Golovkin. He's just such a good boxer and so strong. Fascinating clash of style. Canelo Alvarez. Super fight. Canelo is the man who beat the man. Middleweight champion of the world. Miguel Cotto. Triple G is the man who's used to moving forward.
Introducing first, wearing blue with gold, his professional record, 49 victories, including 34 wins by knockout.
The two-time light middleweight world champion, the reigning, defending, ring, lineal middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Kenny Bayless. And now, the officials are at ringside and they are ready. Across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner with his head trainer, Abel Sanchez, wearing khaki green and officially weighing in at 160 pounds. This Olympic medalist now has a perfect professional record of 37 fights, 37 victories, including 33 knockouts. His KO percentage, the greatest in middleweight championship history. From Karaganda, Kazakhstan, the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF, IBO, WBA, WBC, unified middleweight champion of the world, Gennadiy Golovkin, a.k.a. Triple G.
Ring center, ring center.
Out of the way. Ready.
Okay, gentlemen. Trucks are good on both sides. We went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you to keep this fight clean at all times. Protect yourself at all times. And what I say, you must obey. Good luck. Touch them up, Brenda Swate.
Very few fights can be called super fights. This is one of them. Two men with a legitimate claim to the championship, and now finally here to settle it.
Round one.
Canelo Alvarez in the blue trunks, Gennadiy Golovkin in the gray.
These two have sparred each other in Big Bear. They know what to expect, and they respect each other's power and speed and timing.
Coming up out of 154 pounds, fought Floyd Mayweather, then became the junior middleweight champion of the world. He moves up. Canelo is the man backing up at this moment. Triple G is the man stalking, menacing, accurate with his punches, also with outstanding defense. He's such a good boxer and so strong. He certainly can rise to the top, and he has done that at 160 pounds. Canelo with the guard up, very good conventional boxer. Both men looking to establish their jab.
Canelo may not be the most skilled fighter at 154 or 160, but he has beaten some of the most skilled fighters in and around that weight class. Whether it's Arizona Lara, Austin Trout, for his first middleweight title fight against Miguel Cotto.
Beat Jermaine Taylor, beat Bernard Hopkins, who Chris Mannix, even you have to admit, was the middleweight champion of the world.
He was the middleweight champion. As far as lineal goes,
I have.
Canelo just missed with the counter right uppercut. It could have been very vicious, but he just missed.
Good combination by Canelo, and moves forward again behind the jab, throwing the right hand. Looking sharp in round number 1. Another good jab.
Very sharp with the counter punches.
You wonder how the rhythm will be established.
Depends what you like. Triple G came forward, but Canelo boxed really well.
Round number 2.
Fifth round to Gennadiy Golovkin, a little more effective with the jab that Gennadiy controlled.
Yeah, Golovkin is effective at backing up Canelo, but Canelo is boxing. He's moving more than normal because he has to get an angle on Golovkin. He can't just stay in front of him. He has the faster hands and maybe more explosive, but he has to respect Golovkin's power.
Golovkin able to get out of Canelo is throwing jabs straight ahead. Very effective straight ahead fighters. Jabs straight out, you see both men.
Both of them similar stature. They throw similar punches, only Canelo's a little bit more explosive. Came up short right there with the right hand. He has the faster hands. Canelo does.
Golovkin's defense is outstanding. He's able to slip that last jab. He's able to get out of danger. See him back up and get away from shots. It's subtle, Sergio. We've seen a lot of Golovkin fights at this point, and it's subtle, but he is just a master in there of keeping the space exactly where he needs it to be.
It's very subtle, and notice how he just moved his chin a little bit to avoid the punch of Canelo. It reminds me of the great Julio Cesar Chavez when it looked like he would take a punch to the chin, but he rolled with the power of the punch, and Golovkin does that excellently.
He'll roll with it. He'll also use the European style of just backing away. He'll slip shots inside. He'll let punches just fall short. That's something that you can do when you fight your whole life. You have 300 to 400 amateur fights as well.
A lot of styles as far as combinations and the counter and the fight IQ. But right now Golovkin has a little bit more success with coming forward and putting the pressure. And we know how much judges love pressure. Whether it's effective or not, Golovkin's coming forward.
Triple G with the jab. Straight ahead. It is a tight jab. There's no tells in it. It goes right off the shoulder. It's fluid. It's short. And it does have power. And he's always ready to throw power shots if the opportunity presents itself. Final seconds of round number 2. Uppercut to the body by Canelo.
Love that counter uppercut by Canelo. He took it to the body instead of the chin. Right now Canelo telling this corner that he doesn't punch hard. Golovkin doesn't punch as hard as other people say he does. Interesting.
See how short those shots are though. Round 3. Golovkin, Sergio, is also able to throw different types of shots. He doesn't have one jab, one right hand. Belts on the line through the IBF, WBA, and the WBC. Lineal as well. Good jab by Triple G. Canelo comes back and fires a right hand to the body.
Gennadiy Golovkin is a great middleweight, but stylistically, he's a fit for Canelo Alvarez.
Love that body shot of Canelo right there. With excellent head movement, come back and duck to the body.
Canelo able to slip that jab, uppercuts. Alvarez is aesthetically pleasing. Again, has a good explosive style to the head. Golovkin almost smiling, fully engaged in what's in front of him. Knows he has a real fight on his hands. These are one of these fights, and this is how you know it's a great fight. If someone asks you, hey, who's supposed to win? And you say, you know what? I don't know.
It's a very exciting fight.
Subtle skills, a wealth of experience on both sides.
And it's very subtle, Brian, you're right. They're inside doing so many things that I don't know if everyone's picking them up, but it's brilliant what they're doing in there.
Wow, beautiful weave. I don't use the word weave very often now in boxing, but that's Golovkin getting underneath the hook. Canelo tries with the hook, and then the jab.
Canelo not moving as much this round, moving his head, but not moving his feet, moving around the ring. He's catching Golovkin's shots now, looking for a counter, coming forward now.
We don't know who's supposed to win this fight. down low. Canelo tries the hook to the liver. Uppercut lands by Canelo.
Canelo is known as an explosive combination puncher.
Golovkin with the right hand, always the aggressor, always moving forward.
Canelo respects Golovkin because he's not throwing combinations at him. He's trying to pick the right shot. 1 or 2 shots only.
Golovkin moving his head as he moves inside as well, able to slip jabs, and then lands a hook.
The hook landed on the shoulder. That's exactly what Abel Sanchez told and asked Golovkin to do. Throw the shots to the shoulder. That's where it's going to land.
We're through 3.
Yeah, I agree with Abel Sanchez. Gave that round away, 2 rounds to 1 in favor of Canelo Alvarez.
Round 4.
The tide it stole away.
The rounds are close. It's being fought at a brisk pace. And a good shot. Gennadiy Golovkin moving forward, pressing on Canelo.
And once again in that corner, Abel Sanchez asked Golovkin to punch at the shoulder. Don't look at the head. Right now, the head movement of Canelo is really sharp right now. He's come back with sharp counters. Punch at the shoulder.
Combinations by Canelo Alvarez and a body shot there. That score. Now, back comes Triple G. Triple G with the hook to the body. High-level championship action. You see Golovkin able to step back and watch a jab fall a half-inch in front of his face. He is such a defensive master there. Canelo, not bad himself, able to slip away from those shots.
Canelo and Golovkin are throwing similar punches. It's like Canelo's fighting in front of a mirror right now. But right now, Golovkin has been getting the better of it.
You wonder too, Sergio, if you're Canelo Alvarez and you watch Golovkin go 12 rounds against Daniel Jacobs, does the kind of boogeyman mystique come off Golovkin after a fight?
That's a great point, Chris, and yes, it does, because if Jacobs was known not to have a chin, and he got up from the canvas and fought the monster even harder. So look, we're seeing glimpses of that now. Canelo against the ropes, telling the monster, come on, bring it on.
Jacobs couldn't stand up to it.
Both of us put each other down, that's for sure.
A rare act of right hand and a hook from Golovkin. He presses in again. Canelo gets some time on the ropes and lived to tell about it.
He was on the ropes, but was Golovkin effective when he had Canelo on the ropes?
Nope.
That's the thing.
Pressing forward always. Alvarez, though, able to slip those shots. Right hand by Golovkin. Good sharp jab by Canelo. And a right hand. The only difference you see between the two, really, because they're both kind of picture-perfect, straight-up, aesthetically pleasing traditional boxers, is that Canelo Alvarez just gets a little more oomph and fire on his shots. Loads up a little more, but throws them harder.
Not only that, BK, but we got to remember, this is a sport that's judged not only on effective aggression, but defense too. So you got to give Canelo some credit for that, the defense and the head.
Fought 4 rounds. Fascinating so far. You get the feeling we're just warming up.
Yeah, I've got a dead even. Up to score. I think the key for Canelo Alvarez is, can he continue to move as much as you have to move to stay out of range from Gennadiy Golovkin?
See this for the middleweight championship of the world, no doubt about that. 160 pounds. Canelo Alvarez beating Miguel Cotto. Gennadiy Golovkin beating everyone he has ever fought as a professional. And putting them all on the line here. Golovkin lands with an uppercut, not much else. Canelo able to fight off the ropes.
Golovkin missing a lot and not listening to Abel Sanchez. It got Canelo in the torso, hit the body, because right now Canelo's moving his head really nicely.
That waistband is there, Sergio, isn't it?
And that's what's not going to move. So you got to hit down there. Concentrate on the body if you're Golovkin. Touch something, punch something.
It's been something of a theme in Golovkin's recent fights. David Lemieux, he was extremely effective with the body attack.
His toes quite a bit. Canelo is not that type of boxer. He's more prone to stand right in front of you. But he is extremely sturdy and very clever as well, moving his head. Good right hand there by Canelo. Been able to slip that off, but it still scores. It is rare to see Golovkin marked up in any fashion. His eyes, his face, he's rarely touched and rarely eats one flush.
Canelo took it well, took Golovkin's power really nicely there.
For Golovkin, though, to establish that he's landing is important. These guys need to win rounds.
Now he's jabbing downstairs. I like to see him throw body shots down there if you're Golovkin.
Both men totally engaged. As Canelo shakes his head, Golovkin shakes his head back and said, well, what about that? And how about this? Now Canelo fights off the ropes.
Not sure what kind of strategy it is for Canelo to fight off the ropes like this. He's not taking a ton of shots. The judge is going to look at that and see something different.
Yeah, in the previous round, Chris, you're right. He wasn't really taking any shots at all. But here now, Golovkin is scoring. And you're leaving that impression, if you're a judge, that, well, it was a dominant 15 seconds or so by Golovkin. Scoring blows are what win fights. Right hands.
Eddie Reynoso in Canelo's corner said that's the shot we were worried about. That's the one we discussed in camp. If your back is going to be against the ropes.
That round should go to Golovkin.
So that overhand.
Looked like, I even said, Golovkin won that last round. 6th round here, middleweight championship of the world in Las Vegas.
Don't like this change of strategy for Canelo to fight more against the ropes.
Firing back Canelo Alvarez, and there, hook to the body off the right hand. Short and hard stuff from Canelo. Good jab as well. And Golovkin actually moves back, eats another jab from Canelo. And a hook.
This is where Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's trainer, wants to fight in the middle of the ring.
Outstanding controlled fury by both champions.
Not back up against the ropes. The battle of the head movement and counter punching, Canelo's looking really sharp. The better punches are being landed by Golovkin. Really tricky to score.
All of his shots that land and how hard they hit. He's not loading up. It is difficult to score. Both men are throwing lots of shots. Body move, how hard that shot was.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell what's really effective, but if Golovkin is coming forward throwing punches like that, that's effective enough to win a round.
Golovkin, unable to do much, blocks those shots. Now moves forward, body shot lands, little uppercut. Kenny Bayless says bring it back upstairs. I don't think that one was low.
Shots like those are the effective ones. Even if you block them, you still feel it. Your elbow digs in your own rib. You feel those shots. Notice how Canelo's arms a little dropped after that body shot. Your arms get numb.
Sergio, do you sense a little lag in Canelo right here?
I do, and maybe it was that body shot. I'm telling you, body shots do that to you, and I noticed that Canelo's dropping his arms a little bit. So those body that looked like they were blocked, they were effective.
Golovkin picking up the pace here in round 6. He's able to do that against Danny Jacobs. Slap it into another gear, and he does it here tonight in Las Vegas.
That was a really good round on Golovkin's part. Canelo's trainer wants him to back up Golovkin. They say that Golovkin doesn't know how to fight going backwards. More jabs, more body shots, get off the rope.
And as I mentioned, I've never really seen Golovkin marked up in any way. There is a little redness there on the right cheek, firing back with uppercuts. Golovkin coming back with a hard right hand and a jab. Missed with the right hand. 7th round in Las Vegas.
Making Gennadiy Golovkin fight going backwards is easier said than done.
Double and triple jabs, but once that stopped, Golovkin came back with the hard combinations.
He was backing up. Canelo's not taking the type of damage that he did. He started to hit pretty clean.
And for Canelo, he's got to put more energy into it. Throws the harder shots and loads up a little bit more. Right hand by Golovkin and a jab as well. Golovkin is just much more effortless and scores much more often.
It may look like Canelo is boxing, but in a way, Golovkin's coming forward for pushback. You gotta credit Golovkin for that. That's effective pressure.
Golovkin now jumps up, gets on his toes. Canelo takes a big gulp of air.
So right now it looks like Canelo's being forced back. That's the difference.
Golovkin eyes it, measures it, tries to corner him. Golovkin is a methodical stalker, takes his time. Now he goes to work. Can he be effective this time?
But he doesn't smother his power. His power comes from technique. And the thing about Golovkin's power is he doesn't smother his power. Great uppercut there by Canelo.
Of the 7th round, and it has been close. Triple G is making his mark. Jam-packed here at the T-Mobile Center in Las Vegas.
The last 20 seconds are very important. You can't just let him work the last 20 seconds, okay? When you hear 30 from Max, you gotta put it on.
Gennadiy Golovkin 37-0. Canelo Alvarez 49-1-1. This for supremacy at 160 pounds.
His power comes from his precision.
Yes, you have to be careful when the guy tries to steal the rest.
Golovkin now in the first being very effective, backs Canelo Alvarez up.
Shotgun jabs, he's been running nicely. And in close fights like this, where it's back and forth, a good, powerful jab like that could be the difference.
Chopping right hand by Canelo. Loading up, tried it again.
Remember the jab, snap the head back.
Judge can only digest so much, can only process so much.
Canelo's back, remember.
And Golovkin does it again and then moves his own head to get out of harm's way. Can Canelo Alvarez reestablish his rhythm in this fight? Good body shot by Alvarez. Can he reclaim the energy in the middle of the ring?
Here's a big body shot, but it was countered by an uppercut that also snapped Canelo's head back.
And oftentimes, the boxers themselves don't know how to fix these rounds, especially at the highest level.
For me, at least, body shot.
And this is at the highest level. Subtle skill and a lot of bad intent. Not allowing Canelo to breathe. Exchanging body shots. And look.
Both exchange body shots, though. Golovkin coming forward, but I think he landed a little bit hard.
There's the uppercut from Canelo. Obviously effective. Lands beautifully as he tries to fight off the ropes. And Triple G slipping to his left. Get an angle and land his own uppercut. Round 9.
This rounds. Canelo Alvarez comes out pretty fast early, takes the fight to the center of the ring, but as you get to about the 2-minute mark, Canelo starts fighting up.
In this case, it is Alvarez who comes out. Good uppercut by Triple G. Golovkin says, bring it, let's go. In the opening seconds there was Canelo, and that is a good uppercut. Combination by Alvarez.
think they're all that close, Brian. I think Gennadiy has really asserted himself with that jab and landed the cleaner shots. 74 in favor of Golovkin. Iowa have been winning the last 5 rounds after such
The entire round.
That was a huge right hand by Canelo Alvarez that pushed Gennadiy Golovkin's head right back.
That's the biggest punches of the fight.
Both fighters extremely durable, both with good chins. Left and a right by Canelo, straight up the middle. Now a hook, able to fight and get back into the center of the ring. It takes a lot of energy to get there. Golovkin, Sergio, you can speak to this. When a man is constantly on your chest, what does that do to you?
I can see a little fatigue on Canelo's part now. Dropping his arms, he's staying against the ropes, and his trainer told him not to be against the ropes. Pressure bust pipes, Brian. And that's exactly what's happening here.
Not allowing Canelo to breathe, even reset himself. He wants to be right in front of his man at all times. Body attack and a right hand punctuates it by Canelo. Some of those are blocked. Championship rounds are next. Right hand landed by Golovkin, and here's that right hand by Canelo. Jab plays there. Round 10.
I gave that round to Canelo Alvarez. I thought he came out faster early on, landed some good shots.
Gennadiy Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez here, a super fight. Middleweight champion, Canelo out firing early. Body shots, and then a right to the head. Canelo going to work.
Eddie Reynoso said we need these last ones sharp. I need a powerful combination.
Canelo is working now. Excellent work by Alvarez. And a right hand by Canelo. By Golovkin. And a right hand by Canelo. Both men are firing what they've got. Now we've got a war. Still methodical, still within range, still well-paced.
Alvarez is fighting like an A fighter for the first minute of every round and a C fighter for the last 2.
And that's the pressure that Golovkin's putting on you. It's his pressure, it's his mental pressure, the physical pressure.
They're never letting more than a few feet of distance in front of Canelo Alvarez. Constantly in his grill, moving him back.
You gotta box him and fight him in the inside. You gotta get your respect and get out. You're gonna have to show him a little bit of space.
Excellent in the first minute.
To me, he looks a little winded. He's backing up. Golovkin has been backing him up most of the fight, but now he looks like he's being pushed back.
Fine job in this fight, moving in and out. Also perceptibly now these shots landing by Golovkin, counter right by Canelo.
Golovkin can't wait to come back. Beautiful body shots there by Canelo, but the point is, Canelo's he's not boxing anymore. He's being pushed back, and that's the difference.
Standing round.
Good straight right hand by Canelo Alvarez. Gets the guard up just in time to deflect that away from Gennadiy Golovkin. 96-94 on my card in favor of Gennadiy Golovkin.
We go to round 11. Middleweight championship of the world.
He's being pushed back now. Even though Canelo's moving and boxing, he's being pushed back by punches by Golovkin.
Right on the waistband by Alvarez.
Golovkin just walking forward now.
Matt, there's a difference between following someone around the ring and cutting the ring off. And Gennadiy Golovkin is an expert at cutting the ring off.
It reminds you of Julio Cesar Chavez when it comes to that pressure and cutting the ring off. No one did it better than Chavez, and Golovkin does it just like that.
He is used to imposing his will and driving his man back. He's normally always the stronger man in the ring. This is a different story. This is a different animal in front of him tonight. All these shots matter.
When you're fighting a fighter, a champion like Golovkin, there's nowhere to hide. You're forced to fight back. Canelo, he's moving nicely, but he's not fighting back as much as Golovkin.
Side uppercut from Golovkin and a hook.
Canelo took that uppercut nicely. Fighters, that sharp uppercut that landed right on the chin.
Both landing good uppercuts. And that is round number 11. One more to go.
Golovkin has done enough to win this fight in my card.
Final round. Fight!
I've got it 6-5 unofficially. That means this could swing it.
Towards the end of that round, the counter-punching for Canelo was effective, but not enough of this.
So beautiful combination to land. They're very impressive. It's a close fight. Jab work there. Right hand.
Starting with body shots to the inside by Canelo.
Still moving forward, but he ate a lot of shots. Scoring blow again by Canelo Alvarez. Golovkin marches back. Now he's throwing. Both fighters exhausted. We're watching it with an eye on the judges. This could be either way.
You have to remember, too, Golovkin is the unified champion at 160 pounds. But Canelo is the A side in this fight. That matters.
Canelo with the body shot had a whale of a fight. That's not in question. Can he maintain it and win this round?
Tense, high-octane fight, but it's been kept clean.
Outstanding bout for the middleweight title.
The two champions, two professionals fighting.
Golovkin will need more here to win this round. Canelo fighting to the final bell. Triple G comes back. And that's it. Gennadiy Golovkin. Will that O go? Close fight. Outstanding fight. Fought at the highest level. Each man had his moments.
Wants a rematch with Gennadiy Golovkin. There's a blueprint that needs to be fixed. Be aggressive early on. Fighting against the ropes, though, probably cost him some of these later rounds.
And usually with judges, they remember the last part of the round. It can be very difficult to score.
118 to 110 for Canelo. 115, 113 for Triple G.
You got the feeling.
114, 114. This is officially a draw.
Counter jabs by Golovkin.